Alright friends, so now we're supposed to be able to identify using congruency all the congruent parts. So notice this first one, it says triangle PQR, and this is actually kind of hard to see there, to triangle STW. Now remember, I don't know the shapes of the triangles, but I know exactly which parts correspond because of how it's named. So if I was to name the angles first, it's really easy for me to set it up. I know angle P corresponds, now which it's in the first spot, so the one that matches it in the same side is angle S. Angle Q is congruent to which one? Angle T. Angle R is going to be congruent to, because it's in the last spot, angle W. You just play the matching game with congruency. It makes it really easy. But now I have to have corresponding sides, and it's a triangle, so I should have 3 sides. So I can name these. I know that PQ, I'm going to make sure I match it up perfectly. PQ has to go with which one? Yeah, segment ST. I know if I go QR, I'm going to match up to TW. And if I go to the last side, which has to be PR, which one does that match with? Play the matching game. Matchy matchy. Segment SW. So it works really well. Now I could even do this with the triangle. What if I changed up the triangle? What if I said triangle QRP? Well, if they're congruent, their matchings has to stay the same. So if I go QRP, my new triangle would be triangle TWS. So we can even do it with triangle parts if we match those up. Now, here we have a quadrilateral we're talking about. Polygon ABCD is congruent to polygon fork. I have to play the matching one. It says complete the congruency statements with this. Well, I'm looking for angles. If I have an angle, I look for it. So A matches with which one? A and F go together, so that's angle F. I go here and I go segment BC. Well, what is segment BC? Positions in second and third. So that's going to be line segment OR. Polygon. Now this is where I'm using the polygon congruency. I switch it up. I go CDAB. Well, it's still congruent to the other polygon, but we have to make sure things match. So if I go CD first, that means I have to go RK first. And then it says AB, so that's going to be FO. So we still have to do the matching game. Then we have our segment KF. So we have segment KF, so it goes from here to here. That means I got segment DA, because everything matches. Notice I'm not even having to draw the diagrams because I know which ones match together. Angle R. Well, angle R is in the third spot, so it has to correspond to the third spot over here. Angle C. We have polygon CROF. Basically, we're going backwards. KROF. Well, that means I'm going to have another polygon, and it's going to DC BA. Now, if you have to draw the diagrams out, these are great, but the problem is we don't know exactly what type of quadrilateral, but I still know which parts correspond and which parts are going to match. All right, let's do this last example on this side. It says you're given the fact that these two triangles are congruent. I know triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DBC. Find the value of X. Now, a few things that are kind of cool about this. I know that A corresponds with D because it says they are. I know that the two B's right here, ABC and DBC, they correspond. So that also means because of our third angles, these two correspond. Well, if I'm looking for X, and if this one's a right angle, what does this one over here have to be? Yeah, that's right, a right angle. So all I have to do is go 2x minus 16 is equal to 90. And that's because, again, of our angles being congruent. So we knew that angle ACB would be congruent to triangle DCB. And that's because I just played the matching game with the correspondence. So I just add 16 to both sides. I get 2x equals 106. Divide by 2, divide by 2. X is equal to 53. And I only have to find the value of X. I don't have to plug it in, plug it in. So we're really good.